Esther and I are going to do the reading from Esther, but just a couple words of background first. In March of each year, about a month before Passover, Jewish houses of worship lose their solemnity and reverence, in a sense, as they host the Feast of Purim. Much like Mardi Gras, it's a time of revelry, laughter, and celebration based on the Old Testament book of Esther. When the story is read, it's time for audience participation. When the names of Mordecai and Esther come up, the hero and heroine respectively in the story, noisemakers are heard. But when the name of Haman, the villain, is mentioned, there are hisses and boos. Children write his name on the soles of their shoes and grind them into the floor. Esther and I will only read a portion of the book of Esther, but to set the scene, Jerusalem has fallen. The capital of Israel, of the Jews, has fallen. The best and brightest of the Jews have been carried off by their Persian captors to Babylon. They are a conquered people. They cannot worship their God as they did in their own country. The story begins as King Xerxes, or Ahasuerus in some versions, is throwing a great party for his buddies. There's much drinking and carousing. It lasts for days. The men are with the king and the ladies are with the queen, Queen Vashti. Word is sent to Queen Vashti that the king would like to show her off to his friends, as she is very beautiful. But to the amazement of all, Queen Vashti refuses. The king is outraged, but he doesn't know what to do. Maybe it's really no big thing, he reasons. But his friends tell him, no, they must respond. Because if their wives get wind of what Queen Vashti's done, their home lives will be a mess. The queen needs to be shown her place. The king follows their counsel, and Vashti is sent away. But now the king needs a new queen. In novel fashion, he advertises around his kingdom, inviting contestants to vie to be his queen. And beautiful women from all over the country stream into the palace. One such is Esther, a beautiful Jew. She's an orphan who's been adopted by her older cousin, Mordecai. No one knows that she's a Jew, however, and yet she makes the final pick and spends 6 months getting a makeover for the king. When seeing her, however, he is smitten, and she becomes the queen. She does not tell the king, however, that she is a Jew. Soon after, her cousin Mordecai, who often spends time near the king's palace, learns of a plot to kill the king, which he reports. Although he receives no formal reward for his help, his service to the king is dutifully recorded in the king's daily logbook. Now, from Esther chapter 3 through chapter 5, verse 2.